Get ready. There you go. Yeah. This is so you're connecting now. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Okay. So no, what I suggested you do is that you connect, because you can connect many times to the Zoom call, but let's disconnect this phone call, and if you on your phone could connect to the Zoom as well, then we use that for audio. So I'm going to hang up and then ask you to on your phone click on the link to the Zoom call as well. So then we can use that for the audio, and we use the. No, that's okay. So you use your phone and you can log in twice. There's no problem there. Yeah. So on your computer, can you see me on the screen? Very good. So what I would like to ask you to do is so we'll hang up this phone call, but then on your phone, connect a second time to the Zoom and use that for audio. Now, yeah, I'm just disconnecting this phone call that we're having right now, and then on your phone, go to your calendar and connect to the Zoom call, just as you did on your computer. You can have both at the same time. There's no problem there. No. On your phone, click on the Zoom meeting again. Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye. Okay. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Okay. I think this is coming, falling in place now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that was tricky. I've never done that before.
Yeah. That's no. Sometimes, particularly if the computer doesn't have a microphone, this is a great way around it.
Okay. So you're here. I'm here. You're using your computer
Yeah.
for the Zoom, but I'm using the screen, the computer, and my phone.
Yeah. There's no limit
Okay,
to how many times you can log in. That with different devices, that is.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Excellent.
this is I'm in one of the exam rooms right now.
Oh, very good. Okay, let's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, great.
Hey, so you've installed the software correctly on your system, and so that's the first module you've accomplished. Now we can make the step to the next module, and that is how to make measurements.
Okay.
And so my goal for today is to talk you through how to make measurements And of course, there's also the PowerPoint on the Academy, and there's also the videos on the Academy. So please also look at those.
Okay.
But I'm just going
Yeah, I
to,
was not able to do that yesterday.
no, I understand, but I'm just going to talk you through the process.
Please, yes.
And then it will be reinforced by the stuff on the Academy. Yeah.
Okay, great. Great.
So
Thank you.
basically, taking a measurement is done in 6 steps. And this has really been tested. So it is important that you always follow the same 6 steps and
Okay.
and stick to that really precisely, because it will make a huge difference on the quality of the measurement. And in the end, of course, if you want to fit a lens, you need a good measurement as the basis. And if you don't have a good measurement, you basically will, yeah, it will be difficult to fit a lens properly. So it's
Okay.
really a very important step.
Okay.
Okay, so and these are all we've cut it up into small chunks. So each of these 6 steps of these steps is a small chunk in this whole procedure.
Okay.
And so number 0 actually is preparation. So you need the correct wetting drops, the artificial tears, and for this process, it requires any wetting drop that contains hyaluronic acid.
Got it. We have that.
Blink is a good example, but there's other brands as well. So that we're not brand specific on that at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're allowed in your state, then it's well recommended to also use an anesthetic drop.
Yeah, we have that.
Okay, so because that for some reason it also stabilizes the tear film really good, so it's recommended.
Okay.
And of course you need your fluorescein strip ready, and it can be just a normal strip. It doesn't have to be a large molecule strip or anything fancy, just a straightforward fluorescein strip.
Okay. What about using fluoresce or monoxidate, drop to kind of combine the fluorescein and the anesthetics?
Yes, that's been done, but you will also then need to add fluorescein from a strip. Because
The artificial tear? Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing with this system is you want to get
this
really
this
a
part
lot
right here,
of fluorescein onto the eye.
So you want even more fluorescein? Can you see me holding the bottle, Arnie?
No, I can't see you holding the bottle. You haven't shared your screen, I believe, or you haven't shared you haven't put your.
Yeah, how do I? Start video. Oh, there you are.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is fluorescent. Is
No,
this
that's
okay?
fine, but it's particularly fine because of the anesthetic in it, and but it does not contain enough fluorescein.
So you want even more fluorescein, so it's not worth it. Okay, that's fine. So I use Preparing with BioGlow.
It's fine to use it, but you need to then also still use the fluorescein strip and use that.
Got it. Okay.
Do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So step number 1 is you lubricate the eye, because scleral lenses usually are on pathologic eyes, and there's a good chance that they will have less than perfect tear film.
Yes.
And so when the eye is dry, it's going to be more difficult to make a good measurement. So we just state as a first step, as soon as they sit down in the chair, put the lubricating drop in both eyes, and right after put the anesthetic drop in both eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you condition the tear film to be optimal for the eventual measurement. Okay. Next is you pre-align the device. And pre-alignment means that you don't add the extra fluorescein yet, but you just ask the patient to put the chin in the chin rest and the forehead against the headband. Now, make sure
Okay.
that the chin is
Yeah.
always completely in the chin rest, all the way to the edge. And there's a couple of reasons for that. You want as much to have the head position always in the same position. So if the chin is always all the way up to the little cup of the chin rest, you know it's always roughly in the same position.
Okay.
And there's an extra reason is we've deliberately made the headband a little shorter. And so if your chin is all the way in, it will tilt back the head a little bit. And particularly people with heavy eyebrows, it will open it up a little bit more. And it will be easier to make a good, to get a good coverage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so once the head is inside, you pre-align the device. Yeah. And pre-align the alignment of the device. There's basically 3 axes that you need to take care of. It's the X and the Y. That's for the centration. And the Z distance. That's for the focus. And,
okay.
Yeah. And this is also very well explained in the videos on the Academy. So don't worry too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And well, you see the little diagram. Hopefully you can see the diagram on the screen, the shared screen.
I do.
And so you see this red cross and
Yes, sir.
the diagram of the eye. And
Yes, sir.
so there will be 2 Purkinje images in the center of the cornea.
Okay.
You need to position the red cross right on top of that, of the 2 Purkinje images.
Okay. And we'll see this on the monitor, right?
Yes, of course. You will see that in the live image. Yeah.
Okay.
And I really have a quick look in the Academy at the video. It really shows it very clearly.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's the X and the Y. That's the centration. But then
Okay.
also you need to get the focus right. And the focus is really the most important thing to get right. And for that, I hope you can see that on the edge of this diagram of the iris. You see 2 white dots. Jason Jetlika will be sending out the webinar we organized last week.
Okay.
And Jason Jetlika very nicely calls them snowballs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what it is with these snowballs is that if you are out of focus, then these snowballs are separated.
Okay.
And if you then approach to the optimal focus distance, they will get closer until they are right on top of each other, as you can see in the diagram there.
Okay.
And if you move further, they will actually move away again in the opposite direction.
Okay.
So you get a very direct kind of feedback whether you are in focus or out of focus.
Okay.
And it's also, of course, reflected in the image itself. If you are out of focus and those dots are separated, the
Right.
image will be fuzzy.
Correct.
And when, of course, when the dots are on top of each other, you're in the right focus distance, the image will be very sharp. So that's also, you know, if the focus is very fuzzy, you know, I'm at the wrong distance.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And those are the three axes that you need to control. The X and the Y and
And then the Z.
yeah. And so you're used to working with a joystick, so you rotate that to go up and down, and you displace the measurement head to go left and right, and of course also back and forwards, and then you have control over all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's step 2. And now at the front of the foot of the measurement head, there's a black screw, and you can fixate the measurement head there after you've done this pre-alignment.
Give me a second. You said there's a black screw?
Yeah, it's a fixation screw.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about just to lock the machine into place. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I
So
see it.
you can fixate it because
I
now
see it.
you've done the pre-alignment.
Right.
And so, but you need to ask the patient now to sit back because now you're going to apply the fluorescein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, this is also very well explained in the video, so have a look at that.
Okay.
But the fluorescein, basically, what we do is you put a good drop on the fluorescein strip,
Mm-hmm.
but not more than. So you want a nice meniscus, a drop with a meniscus on the strip, but not too much that it will just fall off. You want it to stay on that strip.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ideally, you hold it a little bit at an angle, and you put the drop at the closest to your hand at the top of the strip, and then of course through gravity, the drop will slide down the strip, and whilst it towards the tip, and whilst it does that, it will absorb a lot of fluorescein. Yeah, and then you have at the end of the tip now, whilst you're holding at the slight angle, you will have a meniscus, a nice droplet filled with fluorescein, and that's exactly what you want. High concentration. Yeah.
So you just want a lot of fluorescein in the eye.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay.
This is true. Yeah, and so the next step that we do is we put it on the inferior sclera. So you ask the patient, or no, so you don't ask, you tell the patient to look up. And what I usually do is I just curl open the lower eyelid and I just tip that drop inside the lower eyelid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course it will, and then you tell the patient to blink a few times. Or the patient will blink by themselves. That's a natural reaction. That's okay. And you already see the eye becoming very orange. But we're not done yet because we need to do the superior sclera as well. So here you instruct the patient to look down. And what you do is you hold the fluorescein strip parallel to the sclera, and you just let it rest for a second. And so no wiping motion. You just go and you let it rest parallel to the sclera. Let it rest for a second, and then you take your hand away with the fluorescein strip. That's a perfect way to transfer a lot of fluorescein onto the sclera, and without having any risk. If you make a kind of a painting movement, there's always a tiny risk that the edge of the fluorescein strip might have a little bit of abrasive effect on the sclera. Which is something, of course, they have anesthetics on their eye, so they won't feel it, but still it's something you would like to avoid. That's what you do. And by this time, the eye is going to be beautiful and orange. But so now there's fluorescein on the eye. So now the clock starts ticking. This is where we need to speed up a little bit. So you dim the light in the measurement room. It's very important that there is particularly no sunlight available in that room at all, even if it's indirect. It's so much more powerful than any light that comes back from our machine. So you dim the light and you instruct the patient to put the chin back exactly fully in, and you have the machine pre-aligned. So it's going to be about right. But be prepared that it's never perfect. So you still need to do a little bit of micro adjustment, but that'll come later. First, we need to open the eyelids, right? Because this is a single shot measurement process. And so we need to uncover as much of the eye as possible. And so that is step 5. And ideally what you would like to do, and again, I refer you to the video, which shows it very well, but I will try to show it to you in the camera. So, and ideally you have an assistant initially, at least, have an assistant help you out with this. And what you should do is with the eye, you ask the patient to look up, and then you curl your finger over the eyelashes and you pull all the way down to the orbital bone. Hey, you feel the pressure of the finger on the bone, and that means that you're not putting any pressure on the globe of the eye, which might distort the shape, but you're just putting your eye on your finger, your pressure on the orbital bone, which will not affect it, and you will have the eye as wide open as possible.
Have you anybody used the Oculus eye stick?
Yeah, there's a few people. You might ask Tom Arnold; he might use it.
No, I have some. So I thought about this ahead of time. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try the eye stick and see if it works better than the finger. You know, because the fingers are bigger, fatter. I think the eye stick being slimmer, it should work better.
Potentially, have a go with it, because I'm a big fan of fingers. There's a very practical reason why with the Pentacam you have to, because the Pentacam device is very close to the head, that there is no space for any fingers to manipulate the eyelids.
That's exactly.
That's why you need the eyelids. But with the Eye Surface Profiler, there's a lot of space.
Right.
So we don't have that obstacle there.
Ah, got it.
And but have a go with it if you like it. That of course it's fine. It's completely up to you.
Have you had success with patients holding the eyelid open, or no?
Well, the lower eyelid, yes.
Uh-huh.
You can ask a patient to do the lower eyelid.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you do the top.
But the upper eyelid, that is too difficult.
Okay. Okay, I just got some. I just literally got it over the trade show the other day. So I'm just gonna kind of play around. I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet, but just so you know.
Yeah. But let me just show you how to do it with the upper eyelid as well. So it's a similar fashion. So you ask the patient to look down. Again, you curl your finger over the upper eyelash and you pull all the way up to the orbital bone.
Okay.
That is the process. And
how is this? How is this?
Yeah, a little bit to the side. You probably want to pull straight up more than because otherwise, it will drape. But no, but by all means, try and test it. See if it works for you.
I think this is as good as you're gonna get without a fat finger in the way.
All right. No, should be good.
Yeah.
And of course, what I suggest that you do, go practice a little bit, of course, and upload those images or those measurements via the support button. And that will allow me to give you direct feedback on what to improve or what went really well and all of that thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but these are the eyelids. Okay, so now the eye is held open. The eye is held open, and of course now the risk of the tear film drying up is really present. So we need to move quickly. And as I said, you make the final adjustments and you hit the fire button. Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as you hit the fire button, you let go of the eyelids and you tell the patient to blink a few times. Yeah. And you click again on the fire button, and that will bring you back to the measurement screen. And it's important that when you let go of the eyelashes or the eyelids, that the patient stays in position, because you want to take 2 more measurements, so you're 3 in total. Yeah. So you let go of the eyelids. You tell the patient blink a few times so that you re-moisturize everything. And then again, you hold open the eyelids and you shoot the second time. And you repeat that in total 3 times.
The same eye.
The same eye, because on one dose of fluorescein, you should be able to get 3 measurements.
Got it.
Yeah. And
Got it.
it's in metrology anyway, best practice, never rely on just one measurement. And with this as well, it's hard to predict whether your first one will be your best one or the third or the second. So it's good to have a choice. And out of the 3, you will pick the best one and use that to start your fitting on the basis of that.
Okay.
So these are the steps. And let me re-emphasize where we usually have to come back and say, hey, try this a little bit more. It is 1 on putting more fluorescein, and 2 on holding the eyelids open better.
Got it.
So just to give you the idea.
Got it.
And but this is what it is. And occasionally we really have let's call it a real train wreck eye. You might have to do it a second series of 3. So once you have done the 3, you will need to reapply fluorescein to do another series, should that be necessary. But
Okay.
I always recommend, when you have done the 3, let them process and then look at the results quickly and assess if you have the most important criteria is that you have 7 millimeters in all directions.
Got it.
And so and of course upload them to the with the support button, upload them to us, and we will get right back to you with feedback and help you to improve.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to do it right now with the staff right now.
That's fine.
So I was too busy trying to figure out the networking, the map network
Yeah.
drive, and yeah, you're right. It's very complicated. I couldn't figure it out.
No. And networking can be really complex. Yeah.
Do you have an IT guy that specializes and able to do that? Like maybe can do it faster? No.
Now, usually the practices themselves, they have some kind of IT person they can call on, because
Well, that's just me.
Because for them it's quite basic networking, because
yeah, I figured it out. Okay. So on the machine, on the computer, is there any update? I know you sent an email saying that you found a bug or a glitch, but is there any other update that the machine needs to do?
No, but so there was 3 elements to that email. One was just to describe what the problem was, is when the computer goes to sleep, in sleep mode, and then you have the ESP software running, and then if you then start the computer again out of sleep mode and then start using the ESP software, then it will not recognize the eyesight correctly. And so the workaround is
shut the software down, reboot it.
Yeah, just shut down the ESP software,
right,
and start it again.
Okay.
Or what can also be useful, so when you end your session with a patient, just close down the ESP software. So it's always a fresh start.
Okay.
And in June, and we're working on a new software update. There's going to be a lot of exciting things in there, and that should be ready in about June, and that will contain a fix, so this will not be a problem anymore.
Okay.
But until the time, you just need to be alert that that you close the software, the ESP software, after you've done with it, and you restart it as soon as you want to start a new session. And of course, particularly if you know that your computer was in sleep mode.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's it. So my suggestion would be is go practice on each other in the practice right now, and
yes,
and experience it and upload those measurements, and I will respond as quickly as I can, and give you feedback. and let you know what things to look out for, how to improve, and of course I will also tell you when you do a really good job. So I'm should be good.
Okay. So I started keying in the patient data. That's all just normal, right?
Yeah, well, there's
Complicated.
no, not at all. So there, have a quick look at the Academy. It's really well explained there. I mean, I can quickly kind of show you what to do. Bear with me. I'm just gonna do. I need to close a few things. Okay, almost there.
Oh, and then the direct connect, is that something that the contact lens manufacturer needs to get in touch with you, or
No,
how
no,
do I?
it's the other way around. Let me just take you through the software really quickly. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're now watching the ESP software as it will be on your device. So if you want to add a new patient, you
Got
click on the plus icon here, this button. Yeah. Click on the plus, and then you get a new screen, and it will ask for a given name, a first name, a last name, and birth date, gender, patient ID, and you can add some notes. What we have done with our software is you need a value, doesn't matter what, but it needs something in the first name, in the last name, and in the patient ID. If you have nothing there, then on the bottom left, there's this button, apply, and now it's gray, so I cannot push it. I'm just going to put some random things in family name, given name, and patient ID. And as soon as I do, you see I can apply now and create this made up patient.
Got it.
So I click on apply. And if I now go to the database, here it is JFJK9, blah, blah. I mean, the patient now exists.
Got it.
Delete that as well. I don't have an iSurface profiler connected, so I cannot make a measurement right now. But this is kind of the real basics of the software. And just to get you started, but have a quick look at the videos in the Academy and in the documents. That's really well explained there. And if you have any questions, you can also easily reach me on WhatsApp or via email.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. I think I used to have WhatsApp when I had a babysitter. Hold on. Let me see if I still have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have WhatsApp. How do I?
Well, you have my, if you look at my email, my cell phone number is at the bottom there in the signature.
So it's in the email. Okay.
Yeah. So
just add your contact list.
If you use that number +31 623 941 643, and add me, I think you need to add me to your contacts in your phone, and then you can send me a WhatsApp as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This 31623 whatever. That's your number.
Yeah, that's my number. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna.
Lots of ways to reach me, but don't forget that the uploading with the support button. That's the really thing where I get all the information to give you good feedback.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arnie.
I think we're making good progress here. So that's just very good. I wish you happy practicing with your first measurements. And yeah. And
I'll try to do it now.
If you have any questions, of course, send me a WhatsApp or an email, and we'll be in touch. As soon as I get some uploads via the support button, I will send you via email. I will send you feedback. And then let's see, perhaps later in the week, we'll set up another short Zoom call and so we can have a kind of a more live interaction and you can ask me all the questions.
Okay, I'm actually, so we've been waiting for the machine for quite some time and my patients are getting quite anxious with it. So I'm actually trying to get this thing going. So, because I have a couple of patients that I'm trying to get scheduled in tomorrow. Okay. So I'm actually trying to really go through this.
You have a busy day today practicing because it's important that you get the measurements right, huh?
Yes, I'm going to do that right now.
Okay, perfect. So
Excellent.
upload them via the support button, and you'll get direct feedback.
Awesome, Arnie. Thank you.
Wonderful. Take care.
Okay.
Talk
Okay,
to
you too.
Bye bye.
Okay, we'll do. Okay, bye.